It is good that you have returned. We require your assistance. Our race is dying. No egg has hatched as TzHaar since you and Gal Zox journeyed to the kiln. Only Gal.
TzHaar live a long time, but all die and become TokHaar. Now each TzHaar's egg is born as Gal, without TzHaar memories, without TzHaar strength.
We must take action. We must send more Gal to the kiln. As you cleared the way, it should be safe for them now. We want you to lead the expedition into the Elder Kiln and resurrect greatest TzHaar champions. Will you aid us? Excellent. First, we must choose which of our fallen legends shall live on within the body of a Gal.
TzHaar is the obvious choice. He was the greatest of our caste, and much knowledge of our ancient magic was lost in his passing.
I also nominate Teg and the Great Hunter, TzHaar.
Agreed. Their endurance in the fight pit was legendary, and since their return to stone, neither caste has equaled their technique.
TzHaar, this communication orb will help you locate the TokHaar of our great champions. Recover their TokHaar by any means necessary, and bring it to us.
During your search of the city, round up 3 Gal and send them to this plaza. They shall have the honor of bearing the memories of our lost champions.
Finally, the Gal shall have value and purpose. Excellent. You can hear me. I enchanted the orb with divination magic. We can use it to keep in contact. The spell's range is limited. You will not be able to contact me beyond the city's bounds. Within the orb is a small fragment of each of the missing champions. It is all we have been able to find. The orb will seek out the rest of the TokHaar, reacting as you draw closer. Which champion's TokHaar do you wish to seek first?
The egg hatches. I hope this one will... Another Gal. Throw it in the fight pit with the others. I bombarded Zilril's egg with fire spells to battle the chill wind. I stood vigil. I nurtured his egg. Now all the memories that he carried through the centuries will die with him. Tsar Mayhead's joints are freezing. Tsar City not usually so cold. And Giant, your kind do not often stray near our birthing pools. Most fighting pit, cave, or kiln. If you are here to steal our eggs, turn back or perish. Back is Western Plaza. Tsar Mayhead helped the Giant Mage, charged his staff. Giant gave Tokkul. Tsar Mayhead does not know why. Why do you want Tokkul? Tokkul is body of Tsar ancestor. Never mind. Take Tokkul. Tsar Mayhead must tend to eggs. Must fight cold. More dead eggs in every batch.
Well done. You found the Tokkul of Zamegek. Bring it to us in the plaza when you are ready.
Is it cold in here? Or is it just Zarmayak?
Thank you, TzHaar.
We still require the Tokkul of 2 Tsar champions.
Thank you, but we already have the Tokkul of Zamegek. Do you wish to say? Well done. That Tokkul must be whole. Melt fragments and reforge Champion's Tokkul in the lava furnace in Southeast Plaza. Excellent. The Tokkul is made whole. Bring it to us in the plaza when you are ready. Thank you, TzHaar.
We still require the Tokkul of Zazilkaru.
Excellent. The toggle is made whole. Bring it to us in the plaza when you are ready.
Thank you, TzHaar. We still require 2 more Gal to bear the memories of our great champions.
You have found all of the toggle. Well done. Do you wish to search for a different target?
So, our wayward brethren have finally returned. You are TokHaar Hawk. Galzox spoke of you. You speak for the TokHaar. Yes, we have adopted a form convenient for communicating with non-TokHaar. Are you ready to join us in the sacred lava, as our masters intended?
Join you? No. We wish you to fuse the toggle of our greatest champions with these Gal, as you did to Galzox.
Ah yes, how is my little Gal? He lingers sometimes on the periphery between our kiln and your wretched city. He seems to regret his transformation. It will not work, sir. These Gal are too weak. Your greatest champions shall return to the sacred lava and become TokHaar. But you may proceed, if you wish. I fear losing the toggle of our fallen champions. What do you think we should do, TzHaar? Agreed. Should these Gal perish, there are many more available. Gal will likely consider it a merciful alternative to death in the fight pit. Galzox, what have you done? You have slain Zarmeyak on sacred ground!
Sacred? How dare you hide behind sanctity, you who torture the innocent for your own selfish aims?
We do this to save the TzHaar from extinction, Galzox. The TokHaar of our ancestors shall...
No! No Garl shall endure the suffering you forced upon me, as long as I am alive to protect them.
Pursue him, TzHaar! Use the communication orb to track down Galzox! You must recover our champion's TokHaar!
I sense the TokHaar is directly ahead of you. Proceed north. The defensive wards have activated. Defeat these monsters. The gate mechanism will not function until the summoning sigils have deactivated. The gate appears to be sealed by a scale lock, similar to the one you encountered during your journey to the Elder Kiln. That gate required a tithe of TokHaar. Perhaps this gate will yield to a different object. that shelf of reading orbs near the gate. They may yield valuable information. The script on these reading orbs is ancient. The elements have worn away much of the original text. You have found an account of one of the first TzHaar to depart the Elder Kiln. According to the text, this tunnel is part of the original network they carved while seeking out a new home. The tunnel connects TzHaar City to something called the TzHaar, a ring of living fire. Odd. I have no memory of this tunnel, or the TzHaar. The gate mechanism requires that the statues are aligned in a particular orientation. Which caste is most effective against another? The gate is open. Pursue Karl Zox before he escapes with the toggle. Eluded us. Search the chamber for a way to open that gate.
One of these reading orbs contains the record of a TzHaar architect. There is more information about the Skotzo. He describes the Skotzo as a circular conduit of lava. Both ends connect to the Elder Kiln, and sacred lava flows through the conduit in a clockwise direction. The TzHaar did not create this lava conduit, nor did the TokHaar. It is part of the ancient kiln. The function of the lava conduit is to cycle the flow of sacred lava through the Elder Kiln, maintaining its temperature, purity, and fluidity. The crucible of lava in this room is a node of the conduit. These crucibles collect boiling lava until it overflows into a drainage canal. The conduit then carries the sacred lava into the next node in the circulatory system, until the treated lava is returned to the Elder Kiln. According to the schematics, sacred lava should be pouring from the statue head into the crucible. Perhaps we will find the cause of the blockage at the mouth of the conduit.
This is sacred lava from the kiln. The TokHaar awaken. Defend yourself! This is sacred lava. Recover the champion's maul. It may be useful in your journey. The statues are the new addition. They must yield a valuable clue.
orbs are a collection of funeral rites. They are comforting words to be spoken over TokHaar cast into the sacred lava to ease the passing of TzHaar who have returned to stone. This makes no sense. If our ancestors melted down their dead in this way, how is it that we have inherited no memories of this ritual?
Proceed with haste. Galzox is getting away. This must be another node in the lava conduit. At this rate, we will soon reach the source.
This document explains why we have encountered such strong defenses en route to the mouth of the lava conduit. The ancient TzHaar vigilantly protected the conduit from outsiders, employing magical traps and wards. They were greatly concerned that the TokHaar might sabotage the source of the city's heat. They established my city in the cradle of the lava conduit, where they could remain outside of the ancient Elder Kiln, but still depend upon its heat to incubate TzHaar eggs. In the first centuries of establishing the city, there are frequent accounts of security patrols, and the tunnels were well maintained. The logs decrease in frequency over the passing years, until they cease altogether. How have the TzHaar forgotten such an important part of our history?
This crucible contains more sacred lava than the last chamber. Prepare to endure a longer battle. My divination spell fades as you proceed deeper into the tunnel. I fear we shall not maintain contact for much longer. I sense that Gal's ox is close. Apprehend him and recover the precious buckle. He must be made to answer for his crimes.
Hurry, TzHaar. Pursue Carl's.
This outlet is the mouth of a circulation conduit, intended to channel the sacred lava from the kiln around the TzHaar city. The TokHaar shut off the conduit, and are responsible for the cooling of the volcano. Without the heat from the kiln, TzHaar eggs cannot be incubated and are born as gall. If we can get the lava flowing again, the city will be hot enough for TzHaar eggs to be born healthy. Please, help me activate the mechanism.
You disappoint us. You should not have drawn attention to the lava conduit. We sealed this chamber for good reason. If it is a fight you want, then a fight you shall have. We have longed for an opportunity to test this great human's mettle. Let battle commence.
You defeated TzHaar!
You have bested us, human. You are truly a worthy adversary. Please now, withdraw to the Elder Kiln.
You defeated TokHaar! The sacred lava is once again flowing from the kiln. Soon, the city will be bathed in scorching heat. The Tokkul. We must dissolve the Tokkul in the sacred lava. It's the only way to release the suffering dead from their torment. The only way the TzHaar can understand the suffering of Tokkul is to experience it for themselves. I know what must be done. Contact TzHaar Neje and convince him to meet us in the Elder Kiln.
Nurturing heat is pouring into TzHaar City. Sami at Birthing Pool reports that eggs are growing into healthy TzHaar. Is this your doing? TzHaar owe you great debt. What of Galzox? Is he ready to answer for his crimes? Very well. I shall meet you in the Elder Kiln. I have many questions for TokHaar Hawk.
Welcome, human. You fought with great vigor and skill. It was an honor to spar with you. We learned much of your technique. We are eager to learn more.
Can you believe this? After all that we have endured, TzHaar still wishes to reforge the Gaul as hosts for their dead Tsar.
Of course. The Gaul are now a precious, finite resource. We promise to no longer sentence the Gaul to death in the fight pit. They are too valuable as living vessels for our lost ancestors. When the last Gaul has been put to profitable use, the Tsar can put this worrisome time of change behind us.
Why must the Tsar be so stubborn? You will not listen to me. You will not listen to Tsar TzHaar, whose memories of the crushing torment of Tukul live inside me. Will you listen to Tsar? Will you listen to one of your own caste, the Tsar that died at my hand?
We shall forge this Gaul a second time on one condition. Our minions shall evermore engage in glorious battle with this human, this surface dweller who vanquished us in combat. We shall learn his technique, hone our skills, and probe his defenses for weakness.
Giant, do you agree to these terms?
Excellent. There is much that TokHaar can learn from you, human. Now, Tsar, witness the fate that awaits those that live outside the Elder Kiln.
Release! I am free! No. How can this be? I am in the body of a Gaul!
I'm here, bearing the pain Tsar has suffered so.
Please, release me from this torment! Let me die! I beg you! Zarmayak, does the Gaul speak the truth? Are you back from the dead? Or are you only a memory? I never died. All of us, every Tsar who has ever lived, we suffer in agony. The pressure, the pain. Release us. Dissolve our remains in the sacred lava. We call out to you from our obsidian prisons, but you cannot hear our silent screams.
Ah, you! Finally! Convinced!
Yes, I shall do as you ask. We cannot use the trapped souls of our dead as currency. Though change does not come easily to the Tsar. For the sake of our ancestors, we must forge a different path.
Thank you. You have proven your points, my little girl. You have suffered a long time for your ideals. Do you wish to return to the sacred lava? We can finally end your suffering.
But what of the...
Let me die, please.
Hush! But what will become of the Gaul? I long for relief, but my work is not yet finished.
Give me one reason that the Gaal are worth saving.
I solemnly vow to you, to both of you, that the TzHaar shall take responsibility for nurturing and training the Gaal. We shall teach them the TzHaar language. We shall teach them our ways of combat, of honor. The Gaal will forge their own destinies.
Thank you, TzHaar Meshe. I am ready to die. Before I go, I want to thank you. You nurtured me where others thought me worthless. You fought for my kind, and I have learned much from you. The TzHaar have much to learn from humanity, of compassion, of respect. There are other ways to vanquish an enemy than by blade, mace, or staff. Whatever awaits us in the next life, beyond the confines of stone or flesh, I hope that we shall meet again. Goodbye, my friend.
Fellow TzHaar, we have gathered this day to celebrate, to honor deeds of this giant, this human, this outsider, has fought back against those that would threaten TzHaar society. He has protected TzHaar with unceasing courage and boundless ingenuity. For a long time, TzHaar have suffered terrible change. Our city has cooled. Our precious eggs have died, or born different. TzHaar did not know why. TzHaar took action. TzHaar discovered threat at heart of our volcano home. Discovered old TzHaar, the TokHaar, that live in sacred kiln. TzHaar discovered plot to destroy TzHaar. TzHaar discovered cause of birth of Gaal. TzHaar fought the TokHaar back to their kiln. TzHaar restored heat to TzHaar city. TzHaar has proven he is far more than mere TzHaar. Henceforth, this giant is not outsider. He shall be known as TzHaar. Treat him as you would any TzHaar. Honor this great warrior, defender of TzHaar.